oh, Logan's obviously a brokey, so he sold his soul like a punk, and now God's teaching him a lesson, and maybe he's take his atheistic ass and go look in the mirror and understand that there's powers in his universe he doesn't understand.
The Andrew Tate story is interesting to me for a lot of reasons.
I do think crypto is the future.
Today, we're going to be talking about Andrew friggin' Tate. Now, I got to tell you, I didn't even know who this cat was, right? But everywhere I looked, his name and face was just popping up left and right. So I decided to do a deep dive. And the more I dug, I got to tell you, the more fascinated I got.
How dare you?
It was like I was under some kind of weird Andrew Tate mind control or something.
We're now living in a world where there is an endless battle ongoing for your mind.
Anyway, but I wasn't just fascinated with Andrew Tate. I was fascinated with these people that oppose him. These people hate this guy. They don't want him to just go to jail. They want him to go to hell.
I'm gonna find you out, Andrew Tate. I'm gonna take him.
That men can do all these things and women can't.
Because he fucking sucks. He's a misogynist.
Define misogyny.
I'm not fucking doing this.
He's dirt and he's ugly. Like, the fact that these human beings exist, and it's gross and it's awful.
I hate that guy. He's a bald idiot, and I want to see him suffer.
I hope he spends a lot of time in jail, and I hope he gets every day in the shower. Wonderful.
And it was also kind of disconcerting, the fact that a lot of these people were Christians. Now, I got to say, in full disclosure, I am a Christian. Period. End of the story with me. Right there, that's it. But I think a lot of Christians are missing the mark on this guy. I don't think they're digging deep enough into what he's actually doing.
I haven't said what you promised. It's a setup. I won't kick Vice out of my house.
During an ad break, Andrew breaks character.
30-second break. Chat shit. Another 5 minutes and we'll get you out of here. You can talk shit back. You can annoy us if you want.
Don't worry, no, I know. I'm just not very good at it. I'm not very good at talking shit.
Or they're just being hypocrites. Either way, we're going to take a look at a lot of the things that Andrew Tate has said, and then we're just going to ask the basic question, is he wrong?
All these people who sit and say, I'm a good person and you're bad because I have my mask and I have my boosters and you're bad. No, I think you don't. You're the bad people. When you see enough evil, you realize that there must be an equal and opposite force. And there are people out there in the world today doing the work of the devil, genuine demons who are trying to destroy the baseline morality that's inside of all of us. You can't sit here and be wishy-washy on some issues. You have to sit here and say, this is disgusting. These are children. They're being exploited. Balenciaga are pedophiles. It should be canceled absolutely with certain language.
So as fans and lovers, they see him as this leader of a whole new masculine generation. The second coming of the new macho, cigar-smoking, shirt-open, fast car-driving badasses. And I gotta say, he is kind of a badass.
All I am offering is the truth.
So in today's video, I, the Christian, am going to be playing devil's advocate.
For lack of better words.
Now, we've already talked about the people who hate him, but we have to realize there are a lot of people that love him. I mean, love him. Okay, love him. Okay, I don't love him that much. So before we can judge Andrew Tate, we've got to be aware of the rules that he's playing by and the rules that we're playing by. So let's take a look at some of those. In our current world, we encourage boys to be men, but not too much of a man. We demand personal responsibility from our citizens, just not so much our politicians. And we all agree on the importance of freedom of speech. Unless, of course, it is even mildly offensive or says anything bad about any group of people, ever, at any time, on any platform, anywhere in the world,
any country, for any length of time.
I'm sorry, but we're gonna have to cancel you. You just can't say bad things about people. That's not freedom of speech.
That's hate speech. You know.
Like the things he says against women?
Me Too movement to me disempowered women because it said women never know what they're doing. They just are always little flowers and men take advantage. The truth is that women take advantage too. And the easiest thing for women to sell to get what they want is sex. I want to be rich, I want to have money, and I don't want to work. So I'm going to sell sex. I have no talent and I want to be an actress, so I'm going to sell sex.
A lot of his posts are demeaning to women. So for instance, he doesn't think women should be able to drive. He has said that women are like children and dogs. They have to be trained and they need to obey. He said women should be making money for him. This is how he thinks of women.
Andrew is empowering men to take personal responsibility. He actually teaches them how to leave the system, how to leave the matrix.
If you ask a woman the kind of man she wants, she will never say depressed or sad. Ever. People in this line are businessmen. Why is there not a cute girl behind the counter? I bet if they paid a cute girl a little bit more, they'd still make a bunch more money because people come in here to talk to her. Think.
Look, let's be honest. There's a lot of hypocrisy in some of Andrew Tate's words.
It's through God that you're happy and enjoy yourself. It's not through that black hole of hedonism. It's not through endless and supercars and booze. And it's not those things.
But again, is he wrong? Another one of the things that Andrew Tate is known for is personal responsibility and self-reliance.
All the time. People say to me, I want to be rich. And I say, okay, well, I want to be able to ice skate. But I don't want to be able to ice skate enough to go learn how to ice skate because I can't be bothered. I mean, surely if I could click my fingers and be a figure skater, I'd click my fingers. Who wouldn't? But I don't want to actually go train because I don't want it enough. And this is the exact point with money. Everyone wants money put on their lap. If you truly wanted money, you wouldn't be able to sleep. Because when I had nothing, I couldn't be distracted. You couldn't distract me from what I wanted. That's who I am. If I want something, I'm going to get it. I do not need to be motivated. I'm a disciplined person. If I allocate X amount of time to work, I'm going to do it. But that is the bottom line answer. It's discipline. You're going to have to work when you don't feel like working. That's how it's going to have to be, or you're never going to be any.
Proverbs 27:12 says something similar. A prudent person foresees danger and takes precautions. The simpleton goes blindly on and suffers the consequences. Personal responsibility and self-reliance. That's a bad thing? If you've been watching the news lately, you've probably heard about Sam Bankman-Fried, right? And the total collapse of FTX, his crypto exchange.
The fall of FTX has sent shockwaves through the cryptocurrency industry. So, what went wrong?
See, here's one of the things that upsets Andrew Tate, and I have to say it's one of the things that upset me. The Democrats and the news media, they hail Sam Bankman-Fried as a hero, a philanthropist, and as a charitable person who wants to make as much money as he can to give it away to the people who need it.
They call him the JP Morgan of crypto, right?
Yeah, the Michael Jordan of crypto, if you will.
JP Morgan of this generation, Sam Bankman-Fried's FTX.
Well, it turns out that he is the greatest financial con artist that has ever lived on planet Earth. That's pretty impressive.
So someone else that isn't taking full responsibility for his actions is Sam Bankman-Fried.
I do think crypto is the future. There's pros and cons to that because they're talking about CBDCs and that kind of thing. But yeah, Sam took a lot of people's money and I think he deserves to go to jail, and we'll see what happens.
And you've got a whole bunch of politicians right now that will not say anything negative about him. So maybe you can understand where Tate is coming from when he says that the media is corrupt. They're after him. They're making up a lot of these lies about him. It was no sooner that Tate had engaged in a public spat with climate angel Greta Thunberg did news of his arrest shoot around the world faster than a man-made virus constructed in a laboratory. You understand that if you go against them, they're coming for you. And they went for Tate and they got him. Let's be honest, all right? It's not like Andrew Tate hasn't given the other side ample opportunity to just go after him.
I don't like traveling the world with women. I think it's one of the most frustrating things a man can possibly do.
Why?
Okay, imagine you had to travel around the world and you had to take a 3-year-old with you. You'd be like, oh, now you go, where's my 3-year-old? Has it 8? I have to make sure they're safe. Got to bring all their stuff. It's exactly the same with a chick. Me and my brother, we're Spartan, right? We can just go, rock up at an airport. There's no flight for 11 hours. One bag on our back. Old school soldiers. We don't care. With a chick, it's all, I need food, I need water, where's my stuff? My case is 55 kilo. I forgot this foundation. I need to find this foundation. It's horrible.
I do agree. Like if I haven't eaten, I'm not good.
Yeah. So women are effectively children.
Well, no.
Yeah,
we're not.
No, so
we're
we
just
got
different.
there. No.
We're just different to men. We're not children. A child couldn't sit here and have this conversation with you.
Women have to be monitored and maintained and maintained effectively like a child would when it comes to
Not
travel.
like a child.
Yeah, same, exactly the same. It's the same.
Now, whatever your opinion of him, it is undeniable that he has sparked important conversations about the limits of the freedom of speech and how to balance the right to be heard with the need to protect vulnerable groups like women. But that's not to say that even though the Bible supports Tate in some areas, that it doesn't go against him in other areas. In Colossians 3:12, the Bible says, "Clothe yourselves with compassion, kindness, humility, gentleness, and patience." Ephesians 4:32, "Be ye kind one to another, tender-hearted, forgiving one another, even as God for Christ's sake has forgiven you." Christian or not, wise words. As the devil's advocate in the case against Andrew Tate, the first thing I want to say is I think it's Christians' responsibility that if they don't like what Andrew Tate is saying, be a better parent, be a better loved one, and step in and make sure that you're spending time with your kids. At the end of the day, it's your responsibility what happens to your kids. It's your fault if your kids can't overcome this, right? Put down the phone. Stop doing what you're doing. Stop watching your shows and go in there and spend some time with your kid. He's in there alone. And while I disagree with some of his viewpoints and some of the things that he does, there are other aspects of his that I support completely. Ultimately, as a Christian, it is important to remember that the Bible offers guidance and wisdom for all aspects of life, Christian or not. But it is up to the individual to interpret and to apply the Bible's teaching if they so choose and how they so choose. It's not my responsibility as a Christian to judge you or to judge Andrew Tate. Look, as for me, a Christian, I like Tate. He makes me smile. Some of the stuff that he says is funny. Some of it makes me kind of cringe. But, you know, we could just stop attacking easy targets like Tate and start standing up for the things that we believe in and attacking the things that matter. Things like government lies, financial lies, gender lies, science lies. Maybe we ought to stand up and attack the true faces of evil.
This up yourself. Yeah. The satanic religion says you have to make it clear to them what you're doing. And if they don't resist, if they don't stand up against it, then they are complicit. They're agreeing that what's happening is okay.
Is Andrew Tate wrong? Yes and no. He's a sinner, just like me.
And here we are. We're saving the world.